This is a mentoring session using Cisco Packet Tracer.
Right. All right, cool. All right. So basically, you have this set up correctly. Then what you want to do is go to the global settings. Right? See where it says settings on the global? Yeah. And you have to set up a gateway. All right. Now, the gateway is going to be, in this case, it's going to be the switch. The router. So you're going to do the router. If you can, as you can see, the router over there has a IP address of 10.0.0.1. All right. Okay. So that's what you're going to put in as the gateway, because that's literally the way out. So you just type that in.
I got confused. I was putting that in, but I kept putting 1/8
Oh no, you don't have to put the /8. No, don't. Go ahead. Just put it, and that's the part, when you're doing it, that's when you start to understand it. Okay, not one, and then that's it. Okay, so now you have the gateway on there, and you can close that for now. Close that dialog, right? All right, and let's go into the router. All right, and you're gonna go into CLI, the CLI, right, and just hit enter. All right, and now you're in the router. So the router, you're gonna just type enable at the router prompt. You can just type in EN and hit the tab key. I'm gonna show you something. Well, it'll work for EN. Okay. It means enable.
I pressed enter instead of tab. Is that all right?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, the reason why it worked is because it knew that the only closest match to that would have been enable, and that's really what I usually type. I usually just type EN. You got. I'm just letting you know that EN means enable. Okay. And but that's why I usually just say hit tab first, so you'll see what the whole command is. But that's fine. That's fine. If you type exit, it should take you back up to that they call it user mode. Okay. So you can go back into user mode by just typing exit. Type in exit. EXIT. And hit it.
Enter or tab?
No, enter. Okay, now hit return. Hit return key. Okay, now type EN and this time hit tab and see the difference. Hit the. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It shows you the whole command, and now you can hit enter. And I'm just showing you that so that you understand, what you're about to do. Now, if you type config, just CONFIG, and then hit tab also. That's what it thinks you want to do, configure. And if you type T, just the letter T, and then tab. See, that's what the router is actually understanding your dialogue to be. And so you could actually type just CONF space T, and it would know that you meant configure terminal. So that's just to understand how routers, in general think. There's a shorthand, okay? There's a shorthand. So now, right? Like I said, there's three levels, man, and there are more. So basically, there's user level, which is that greater than where you typed enable, and then you got into privilege mode, which is where you are now, and then you typed configure T. So now you're in config mode, where you can actually configure the device, okay, instead of just making command to look at stuff. So basically hit enter now, and now you're in configuration mode. You see how it says config? Yeah, changed, right? So the cool thing is you can actually change the prompt, right, by typing in host name. Host name is one word. host name. So just type host and then space, and that's how you can change the prompt to make it router. You can make it router 0 if you want to, or you can make it, and you can do it all caps. Type router 0 in all caps, and you'll see what I'm saying. No, just all caps, the whole word. The whole word. Yeah, the whole word, man. Space, and then ROUTER, -0 if you want, -0. Now hit enter. You see what you did?
Yeah, it went router 0.
Yeah, that's how you label your routers, because they'll all just say router, or they'll all just say switch. So you know, when you're making your network, you want to be able to distinguish your devices so people know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now, the next thing you want to do, right, is you want to look at the interfaces on there that you want to configure, right? And like I said, when you're in config mode, you just can't say show interfaces. It just won't know what you're talking about. But if you type the word do and then space, just type the word do and then space. Now type show and space IP interface, 2 words, IP interface, and TER, space brief, BRIEF, and then hit enter. And then you see that, and I'll tell you something, man. A lot of new guys don't know the do part of it. That's the, you know, and you could have just typed do SHIP INT BRIEF, and it would have did the same thing. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to get into interface, that interface 0/0/0. That's gigabit. So the nice part about it is you can just type interface INT space. Go ahead and do that. INT space. You don't have to type the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can just type INT space and then gig, GIG, and then 0/0/0. No space. No space. Back it up. 0/0/0. Then hit enter. And now you see how it changed. There's an if on there now. You see what I'm saying? Okay, all right. So what you want to do is you want to put an IP address on that guy, and literally you're going to type IP address. No, leave it over where you are. Leave it over where you are. You're good. You're good. I mean, you'll see. I mean, you can move it over a little bit to the right, you know, so you can see your stuff as things happen. Move it some more. You're good. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now what you want to do is you're going to type IP address, 2 words, and then space. And back it up, because there's 2 D's in address. And in fact, if you hit tab when you're not sure, it would have completed the word address for you. Okay. Okay. Hit a space. Okay. And now you're going to type in the IP address that you have there, which is the 10. It's the gateway. It's the 10.0.0.0.1. Okay. So type that in, and then space. And what you're going to put in there is the address mask, which is going to be 255.0.0.0. It's going to be 4. There you go. And hit enter. And understand this: if you had made a mistake, it would have told you. It would have give you a little carrot pointing that they didn't know what the heck you were typing. So this was a correct, if you will, command, right?
Yes.
Now here's the thing, right? By default, all interfaces are down on these kinds of, in fact, all kinds of routers and devices. They're down. So you have to type in no space.
You say no?
Yeah, no space SHUT
SH.
U and hit tab. See, that's what you're really typing. No shutdown, because right now the interface is in shutdown mode. Okay. So now you hit enter and wait and see what happened. You see what happened there?
Mm-hmm.
It says link/5 change interface, and it says change state up. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple more, line protocol and interface is also up. And the reason is two things happened. The interface came up, if you will, electrically came up, right? Mm-hmm. And then the second thing is the protocol, the line protocol got put on there, which is routing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now you hit enter. Okay, and what you want to do is you're gonna configure the other interface on this bad boy. So type exit. That'll take you one level back up. Okay, and I'm gonna show you a little trick that you really need to know. Hit your up arrow key. You see that? Keep on hit it again. Hit it again. Hit it again. There you go. Now that's backspace 1, and you're gonna have the other interface, which is gonna be, so change that 0 to a 1. Let's type that, and now hit enter. Now you're in the other guy. So now you're gonna type. Okay, no backspace. Yeah, okay. Now you're gonna type IP address. Okay. You're gonna put the IP address on that bad boy, right? And remember, it's 2Ds. 2Ds.
Oh.
It'll get you. Okay. I'm gonna show you something. Don't be too eager to please. Back it up. Let me show you something. Hit the two where it says AD. Hit it. Okay. Hit it one more time. Hit the tab key now. See what happens. There you go. See what I'm saying? So I'm just showing you how you can make your life easier, right? I'm not trying to give you a memory game. This thing knows, and it can confirm it. And I'll tell you something, man. Most professional guys, we work, in real time. Sometimes you got to be fixing something. And this is just a way to kind of lower your stress level. You just hit the tab. Who cares? You just make sure that command that you typed is right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now you got the peace of mind knowing, hey, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to type the gateway for that interface, which is that 192.168.0.1. So type that. Mm-hmm. Just copy it as you see it. .1, and then space, and you're going to put the subnet mask, and it's going to be in this case 255.255.0. But you're always going to put a dot before there. So back it up. It's separated by dots. Everything address-wise and masks are always separated by dots. Okay. So that's 255.255. It's three octets, so it's 255.255.0. Always a dot between them. Okay, there you go. And hit enter.
How do you come up with these numbers?
I'm gonna show you. That's why I want you to be able to understand what you got to put into the router. Then I'm gonna teach you what the addressing is. And for the most part, we do have. Like that was another, that's on the website actually, okay? And one of the videos that I made that talks all about IP addressing. So hit enter, and we'll go over. Don't worry, we'll go over this, man. I just want you to get the biggest hit enter. The biggest thing is to get the feel of being in there. Now remember, the interface is shut down. So what do?
You put it in no shutdown. Mm-hmm. In no shutdown.
Exactly. Go ahead and do that. And that's it. So hit enter, and it should come up. Okay, so see, the interface came up, and then the line protocol came up. Mm-hmm. All right. Now hit enter, and you got two ways of getting out of there. You can type exit and it'll take you back to configure, or you can just do a Control Z. Do a Control Z inside that field there. Just hit Control Z. There you go, and just hit enter again. Now you're going to do a write memory. So it's just WR, hit the WR and hit tab, and then type MEM and hit tab. And that's what you're doing. You're writing that to memory. So now hit enter, and you've written it to memory. Okay? All right? And notice your network just came up now. That's your network. Okay? So you can move it over to the other side, or just close that one. Close that dialog field for the router. And now go to one of your PCs. That PC has a gateway in it, right? Go to PC 7 and let's set that up. You can close that. Go to PC 7 and config and put his gateway in there. His gateway is at 10.0.0.0.1. Okay, you can close him and do that for the next one. Yeah, then close him. Now you're gonna go to PC 9, and his gateway is different. So go ahead, click on him. His gateway is that gonna be that 192.168.0.1. You see right there, 192.168.0.1.
Like copy and paste it?
Yeah, if you want to, sure. Now, you pick you can go to one of the PCs now and tell it to the other one. Sorry, ping it. So go ahead, yeah, click on that one. Click on 6, yeah. And desktop and run. Yeah, and type the word ping and the IP address of the other guy. So you're going to try to ping space and pick your target. Tell me which one you're going to ping.
Computer 4.
Yeah, that's up to you, man. See if it works. Okay. Yeah, it takes a little while. Try it again.
Try it again?
Yeah, and then we'll take a look and see why. If it doesn't work, we'll take a look and see why it's not working.
So do I just type it in?
You can do up arrow. Up arrow always works in almost everything. You get the idea? I'm just showing you these are these are some common things in almost every environment. Up arrows in a command line always gives you the history. And it'll repeat. Okay, so all this means is that something on the other end isn't right. So close this guy, PC 6, and let's go to your PC 10, because that's the one that you were trying to get to here, right? So go ahead and click on him. Click on him. Let's see what he's set up as. Okay, gateway is set up right. Go to the interface. And the interface is set up right. Your gateway is set up right. Your interface is set up right. Let's see. And let me see again. Gateway is .1. Go ahead. Global setting. Yeah. Go to your desktop. No, I don't mean your desktop. I mean on there, on PC 10.
Oh, okay.
No, PC 10. Yeah. And run. Sorry, let's see, not run. Hold on, slow down. Yeah, right there. And try to ping the gateway. Type the word ping and type the gateway in there. The 192. Yeah, hit enter. Okay. He's timing out. So close that dialog. Let's see what you got here. Close that dialog and let's see here. Your switch. The switch looks okay. Click on the switch. Click on the switch number 3. Your switch number 3. Okay, any of them really. Okay, and go to the CLI. Okay, let's see something here. Okay, let's see. Your interfaces came up. Hit enter and enable. Just type in EN. Let's see what's going on. And then do a show IP interface brief. It's not going to work because you made a mistake in the interface. Like I said, use tab, man. Don't try to be typing it all out, and just tab it. Hit the tab. Hit tab. INT tab. Right there you go. And then brief, BRIEF, and hit enter. Okay, let's see what we got here. Some more.
What you mean, tab?
Just hit the space bar.
Oh, space bar.
There you go. Right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Gigabit. Move it over so I can see what the physical connection is. Just move it over to the. Yeah. Okay. And hover over your switch. Just hover over it. No, the one that you're in. Hover over that guy. And let's see. I believe you connected the gigabit interface because it's up. Let's see. On the side, yes, it's up. It's up. That one is up.
I think I know what I did.
What did you do?
I think you see how I had these like. You see how they 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4?
Mm-hmm.
I think I put that in there instead of all of them being. Because they all supposed to be in what?
No, you did it. No, you did it right. You did it right. If you click on that, you have that one as 0, 2, right? And the interface. Go to interface. Oh, that's. Oh no, you see, you got it right. Your interface is right. It's correct. You know what? Let's see.
This right here's.
That's the gateway. That's correct.
All of them are supposed to be 0, 0, 1.
Okay, gateway is just like what it says. Like it's like a door. All right. The word gateway means, just think of it like it's all magical, man. It's like magical world. The gateway is how do you get out, right? Like how does my device get out? Well, that's the right gateway. The gateway is to the router. Okay. So you got the right thing.
Would this gateway be the same number?
All of them get out through the router, so all of them have the same gateway.
0, 0, 1?
Mm-hmm. Because all of them exit through the router, right? And right now, all of the interfaces are green, right?
Yeah.
Hold up. You just clicked on something there. You see where it says, like, you see what happened? You have your gateway as DHCP. Go back to static and type back the gateway in there. All right. The reason like it's good for you to do it is because now you see what to do, right?
Yes.
Right now, each like PC8, what's PC8's address? Click on PC8. Just click on it once. That's all you gotta do. It'll pop up. Yeah, and look at the interface on it.
Okay.
And the interface on it, there you go. It's 4, right? So PC8. Let's see something. Close that. Close your dialog for a second. Okay, I want you to label those guys so we don't get confused. And PC8 is right. So you have PC8 is 4 and PC7 is 3 and PC6 is 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go into PC8 again. All right, and go to the desktop and then the run. And we're going to try to ping PC6. So, yeah. And PC6 is the .3, so space and then 10.0.0.3, right? Okay, hit it. You should at least be able to get to him. And I wonder why he's timing out, because you have everything right, unless for some reason, and it shouldn't be, they're two different environments. Okay, stop. Let it finish timing out. It's not you. It's something in the environment, man. It's not right. Let's see. Type in config of the IP config. Sorry. IP is it? Yeah, IP config. Yeah, IP config. It's one word. I believe it's one word. It's one word. Yeah. IP config. And hit enter. Right. So that's your interface. See how it gives you all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it tells you that your setup is that. It shows your default gateway, everything. Right. And you should be able to ping the default gateway. Try that. Try this up arrow again, and change that to 1. And hit enter. Yeah. Okay, at least that's working. All right. So you can get to your router, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the other one. Let's go to your PC6. Or let's go to the next one over, PC7. Let's go to Let's go to the one. Let's make sure everybody go to desktop. Go to desktop. Run. And IP config. Yeah. All right. Let's see. He's not configured, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got no configuration. That's why you can reach him. So go to your configuration and let's set him up. All right. So static. That's it. Interface 0. See, it was missing. That's what happened.
And this is 10.0.0.3.
That's your middle guy. And the subnet mask. You gotta put a subnet mask in. And those guys, that's it. It chooses the subnet mask automatically. And I'll teach you more about all of that too. Now go back to your desktop. And hit up arrow. Let's see if you got it now.
Here?
Yeah. You got the power, man. See? Now you see it. Now try to ping the gateway. Just type in the gateway IP address. Ping space. And type it in.
It's 10 dot.
See where it says default gateway? You see that?
Mm.
You see the IP? Type that IP. And I'm just doing that so that you get familiar with, like you did a command, it gave you an answer. So that's the answer you trust. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, man, the thing with command line is that your eyes get to learn where to look. You know what I'm saying? Because like just yesterday, man, I had a big situation, as they say, and I hadn't been in routers for a while, and I just trusted what the router told me, and I was all good. It took care of me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You look for the answer. You go, oh, there's the gateway. Thank you, Jesus. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's gonna take care of you, man. All right, let's go to PC number 6 and do the same thing. We're gonna go into the desktop and PC number 6. And let's go run. Yeah. That terminal one always confused me too, man. All right, and do an IP config just to see how it's set up in there. Okay, he looks to be setting up okay, right? So ping his gateway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's good. It's getting good. It's getting good. All right, all right, all right. Let's close him. So at least we got our PCs in our local shop working. Let's look at the other side now. Let's go to PC number 9 and do the same thing. This is just, you know what? This is teaching you basic troubleshooting. So go into desktop. IP config. Boom. Look what, do you know what happened, right? You see what's missing. Well, nothing missing actually. Sorry, I'm bad. My bad. Everything is there. You got your gateway. Ping your gateway. Okay. All right. So he's not responding. The gateway is not responding. That tells us something is on the router that's not right. Okay. So let's go into the router. Close your PC desktop. Yeah, let's close that. Click on the router. All right, and hit enter. Yeah, hit enter. All right, and enable EN. I'm going to show you something this time. Let's type show run.
Oh, one word?
No, it's 2 words.
Oh, run.
And let's hit space bar each time you see that. Keep on going. Okay, keep on going. All right, and just let's look at what we see here. Right, look what we see here. The first 2 guys are up. Your 0.1 is, that's the assumed interface that you're on. I'm assuming you're on that interface. You can hit, just type the word Q, the letter Q. Okay, now quit out of that. Show IP interface brief again. And it's separate words, so put a space in there. INT tab. This INT. No, INT. Let's back it up. There, yeah. INT tab brief. Yeah, hit enter. And it didn't like that. You know, it says interfaces. Interface. Hit up arrow and just backspace. And just take that S off of there. Space. BRIEF. Oh, you know what you're missing?
Oh.
You show IP. Okay, just type IP and then space and hit enter. And I wanted to show you that you don't have to go to the end of it. It knows, all right? So, okay, so that interface is up, up, and it's a question, and it's up, you're connected to it, and it's 192.168, Oh, that's your. It goes. That's your problem right there. Does that look like a 2 to you? It doesn't, right?
It does.
You look like a 198. And that's all right, man. Okay, now this is the cool part. This is good. It's good to make mistakes because guess what? You gotta know how to come back from a mistake, right? So let's do a config T. Just type in config space T. Config space T, and hit enter. That's all you need to really do. I just wanted to show you what you're actually doing. Is that you're typing in config terminal, right? Anyways, I want you to go into gig, the interface that's typed wrong, right? Gig 0/0/1. So type interface int space gig.
Do I?
Just like how it looks, because there ain't no space. Don't put a space in there. You see it right there. That's the one you want to get into. Zero, the 0/0/1, the one that's misconfigured, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Ain't no, and then hit enter. And you're in there. Now, mind you, you say, man, how do I know which interface I'm in? Well, that's the only problem with the Cisco, they call it iOS, is that you have to keep track of what you just typed. And you know you're in the interface because that's what you just typed, all right?
Right.
So what you want to do to correct this is you're just going to type in no IP address. So you're going to say, just like how we had no shut, it's going to be no space IP address. And hit enter. Now you got to put an IP address in there by just typing in IP address without the no. So it's going to be IP address space and the correct IP address.
Okay. Well.
No, you did it again. Now, does it? It's just it's 192. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. 192. And I'll tell you something. I'm going to tell you something eventually that you'll never forget it, because these are special kind of addresses. Okay, these are called private IP addresses, and you'll see why later on. Space, and it's going to be 255 3 times, right? 255 space 255.255.255.0. So your 4 spaces are going to be taken up. The last one is 0, and then you hit enter.
Cool.
And then you're going to hit Control Z. Sorry, yeah, Control Z to get out of there. And then you can just type right mem, which is just WR space MEM.
WR space
MEM.
MEM right in the middle again.
And just hit enter. And see what it said? Building configuration. Okay. It just wrote that. Now you can do your up arrow, or you can just type show IP interface brief again. There you go. So hit it. And now your IP addresses are correct. And that was the one thing that, but you know what? It was a couple of things, and this is good, right?
Yes.
So you see what you did. I'm going to make a video. I'll upload this for you. So close that dialog and let's go to one of your PCs. Okay, any one of them. Yeah. Go to your run. Go to run. All right, and you can just hit up arrow. And you want to. This is your PC6, so you want to backspace it and type on the 192s. Ping. You didn't have to go all the way back, but you get the idea.
Yeah, ping.
Space, yeah.
192.6. One.
No. Look at what you're typing. Look at where you want to go. It's like, where do you want to go? Which one are you trying to get to? PC. You want to get to one of the other guys, right? So there's a 0.
Yeah.
There's a 0 there first. Which one are you trying to get to? Remember, you basically duplicated the environment, so you just type the one you want to get to. It'll probably get, and it should work. Okay, and hit enter. Give it a little while, because the first time it's doing ARPs. Okay, it'll time out. There it goes, man. It's working. I just want your confidence level to get up there. All right.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is, man. Because it is. So what you want to do before you go any further, right? Close that dialog box.
Okay.
All right, I want you to label your PCs, and the way you do that is in the upper left-hand corner, right? You see the little clipboard? See the clipboard icon? Go back. There he is. That's the clipboard icon. That's a clipboard. Okay. I know, was it old school people like me know what a clipboard is. Y'all don't know what a clipboard is because you never saw one in your life. Okay, and just below that little bit, just below that, because you're going to type. It's going to actually type now. So you're going to type in the 10.0.0.2 for that guy, and then click elsewhere, and then and then 10.0.0.3. Click elsewhere. You'll be able to move them around after you do that, and then just type it in 10.0.4. Then go to the other guy. Yeah, just type it where you. Yeah, you can move them around. You'll see what I mean. You know already you can move them around. So go ahead.
That's that
192. 168. Those first two octets are going to be always the same for these guys. If you hear 192, if somebody says to you it's a private IP and it says 192, you're going to know the first two octets are going to be that. All right? Okay. Right. Okay. Right, then you can go back to the upper left-hand corner and change your prompt. So you don't be change it over to go all the way over. Yeah, there you go. Click on that. Yeah, and now you're just a pointer again. See, it changed from a scroll, and now you can move your stuff around a little bit better, right? You can move those. Yeah, you can move those IP addresses around a little better. See? Yeah, there you go. Okay. And what you want to do now, man, is you want to get rid of the old one, right? So you see that little that black sign up there back in the icon bar where we were with the X on it. Yeah, that's your delete. See, it says delete. Yeah. So click on that guy and get rid of the old network. Click on that. Click on the network that you were using. Not your new one. On the left hand side, yeah. Get rid of them.
Delete all of it?
Yeah, get rid of them. You don't need that. Yeah, delete them. Delete all of them. Because I want to show you something next. Get rid of that. They say get rid of that mess. Because you got your own now. You built your own, right?
Yeah.
You don't need that no more. And that's where you know how to get rid of stuff. You're not a slave to the environment, including all of that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right, and go back up and put it. Yeah, there you go. Right. So this is also it's helping you understand how to use the tool, right? Because I want you eventually to explore, in between our meetings. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Create your own stuff. Go on YouTube and see what they did on it. Or see some network you think you could make. And if you can't do it, you'll say, hey man, why couldn't I do it? And I'll show you how to make it work, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. We got enough time.
Can we assimilate? Can we run a simulation?
Yeah, we can run a simulation if you want to. Certainly. So if you click on simulation, and then just close that simulation up in the upper, because now you're in simulation mode. Close that, and then choose your envelope, the closed envelope up there in the same field where you got all the other stuff. So yeah, click on that. Yeah, click on it, and then go down to, like, you want PC 6 to talk to PC 11. So click on PC 6, and then click on PC 11, and then watch the magic happen. Click the run icon at the lower left-hand corner. You see the lower left-hand corner? No. Yeah, right there. See the play? Yeah, hit it. And what it's doing is it goes up to the switch, and it does an ARP, which is it says it's a blast, and it says, okay, basically the gateway is up there, and the router looks at the tables and goes down there, and he doesn't know when he gets to the switch who gets it, so he asks everybody, is any of you guys this guy? You see what I'm saying? And only the one that you had told it to respond says, I'm that guy. It's like a crowded room, and then he goes to the gateway, and the gateway says, oh yeah, I know where that is. It's over that way. And then it's going to take a while. Oh, did you stop it? Oh, no, he didn't. And he does that. Now he's going to do it. A ping is really what you're doing, right? And he's going to do that basically either 4 or 5 times. Okay? But that's what he's doing. Let's let it play out, and I'll explain it to you each time, right? Why? You see when he gets to the switch, right? That he asks everyone, are you that guy? And only the one that sees his address is going to respond. The other ones just ignore it. Okay? That's what's happening in the real time. It happens real fast, but it's just basically, that's why everybody has a unique address. And this is something that's like critical to communications in general. Everything has to be unique in order for it to be reached. Even the actual physical addresses on each physical card, this thing called a MAC address, right? And we'll talk about that too. When you buy like a computer, the interfaces on there have like what they call a MAC address, which is even longer, and that's hard coded onto it by the manufacturer. Okay, and that makes that every card is unique. Every time you see, even Wi-Fi, okay, Wi-Fi has a MAC address in it. Anything that communicates has a MAC address in it. If you got a switch with 48 ports, they got 48 ports with 48 unique MAC addresses on there. Day one, okay? And you'll be able to again, be curious, go on Google or Bing, whatever, and just say, and I'm gonna type it to you. I'm gonna just say search on MAC addresses. I'm gonna just type it to you in the text. Okay. Yeah, search on MAC. Search on MAC addresses. And I'll say Google it. Google search on MAC addresses, and that'll give you a little bit of like quiet insight into it, because I'll tell you, man, the way I learn stuff sometimes is like I say, let me see if I can figure this out first and quiet this up my own situation, you know. And and then you get an idea. What the hell? I don't understand this. I need somebody to explain it to me better. But yeah, next time we'll talk about these things. Like we'll talk about the MAC addresses, which is layer 1 stuff, which basically your MAC address is there. It's just there. When you turn that device on, it's part of the device. If for some reason that part of the device gets damaged, you can hit the pause button on that thing and go back to real time. Yeah, if for some reason the card gets damaged and the MAC address portion of it gets damaged, it's just not going to work anymore, ever. Right?
Yes, sir.
And you'll just say, hey man, lightning struck my window last week and some of the stuff don't work anymore. It's broke. That's probably part of the reason that the MAC address got burnt up on the chips. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can hit the pause button on your simulation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna just keep on going. And then go back to real time. Click real time next to simulation there on the right hand side. Yeah. I don't use simulation that much because honestly, I honestly don't even use it, period. Okay? But I'll let you see it just to get a visual of what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole idea behind this, and people in the business, they think this is the best thing since sliced bread, man, that you can just play around with some Cisco hardware without having the hardware. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's what I'm about.
So that's the real value of this thing, man. We'll learn more stuff like that, but yeah, there's one more thing I think we got enough time for. Let me say I can sort of feed you the configurations, or we just do it. Go back to the router, right, and click on the router. And I'll tell you, I don't like to do too many things in one sitting, right? But this is the thing I talk about all the time. If you just hit enter a couple of times just to kind of clear the screen. Hit enter a couple of times. Hit enter. Okay. Now do a show run, and we're going to do it all the way. So do show run. And like I said, there got to be a space, otherwise it'll complain to you. And hit enter, and just hit spacebar until you get everything on there. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, all right. Now, you see the last couple of lines there. You see line con, line ox, and line VTY. Okay. The actual, there's on the back of that thing. If you click on the physical at the top, it says physical. Yeah. All right. And you can hit the zoom in a little bit. It's always hard to see. Hit zoom in at the top. Go on up. Zoom in. Yeah. You see that? Okay. Okay. All right. One of those, they all look the same. You see AUX, AUX, like on the side there? Right. Mm-hmm. And then there should be another one. It's hard to make it out, but it says management, and it's probably, and see on the bottom left, console. All right, console is what the line con is. An auxiliary is an auxiliary port. And I'll be honest with you, I have never plugged anything into the auxiliary port in my entire life. The only ports I plug into would be console and management, and you want that you're going to plug into. If you get this guy fresh, like in the box, and you open it up, it got nothing on there for you to be able to attach to the box the way you're doing it now, where you're talking to the box. Right. You have to configure the console on there with by getting they have these USB to console cables, which old school is USB to RS-232, which is an old standard that the console cable understands, and the speed on that is usually 9600 bits per second. So basically, what you're going to do, that same command line that you see there. So click on the CLI now, and now it'll make sense. Click on CLI.
Which one?
Top, at the top. You got physical. Now go back to CLI. Okay. So now the console is line con. It's a console, right? Mm-hmm. And if you were to go into the configuration, you can change the speed of the console, but usually we don't. We leave it alone. It's usually 9600 because when you get it out the box, man, it's just a piece of metal, okay? And you got to configure it, right? The configuration is in there, but how do you get to it, right?
Right.
How do you get to this thing? All right. So that's what we're going to do now. And we're going to basically, what we're going to do is, just hear me out in this. We're going to go into privilege mode, right? And we are in there right now with the pound sign, right? And then we're going to basically, once we get in there, we're going to configure the VTY04, 0 to 4. This is the virtual, if you will, terminal port. That's how you, that's like what you're looking at right now is sort of an estimation of that. And say, how the hell? Well, what you're looking at now is a simulation of the console port, okay? In other words, it's like you got a computer, your laptop or whatever, and it's plugged into the port, and that's why you're able to even talk to the router. It's not magic. It's just saying you got a console cable in there right now. That's why you're able to do all of this stuff, right? But in reality, once you get it set up, you usually go to your laptop and you do what they call a telnet to it, right? But in the real world, telnet is clear text, meaning it's not encrypted. You fool around with stuff and they say it's encrypted. You know, you hear all the time. Your data is encrypted. I can't see it. Only you know the key, you know, to unlock it, right? Mm-hmm. So the encrypted version of a telnet is SSH, which stands for secure shell. It's the SSH, so it's a secure shell. And really what it means is that this router has the ability to generate an encrypted messages, so that only when you get in there and the data go back between you and your laptop to it, wherever it is in your network, if somebody sees it, they really won't be able to tell what the heck it is because it's encrypted, all right? So that's the VTY, it's a virtual terminal interface, all right? So what we're gonna do is, and we'll just walk you through this, and I'll post it probably later on the blog. If it's not, I don't think I did. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Okay, but I'm going to show you, and then you'll say, "Oh, now I get it." Right? Let me show you something. Right? Close that and open any one of them PCs. Okay. Right. Now the gateway is 192.68. 192.168.0.1. Okay. So go to the desktop and run and type telnet, Telnet.
2 words?
No, telnet is one word and it's a 1L. Telnet, and then space, and then the 192.168.0.1. Okay, and let's hit enter. It's going to give you some kind of error. See, it says the connection was closed by the foreign host, which means that that's the interface of that guy, right? But he closed it, right? All right. Now, you see the X in the blue on the right hand side. Click on that X. Yeah. All right. Now there should be a SSH terminal. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Let's see. I think I see it. Yeah, there it is. You see the one with the padlock on it? Yeah, it's an SSH client. So click on it, and you're going to try to SSH to the same IP address. No, you got an SSH. It's IP address, host IP address, right? I just want to say that it won't work because you'll say, number one, check it out. It won't work for 2 reasons, right? Do you know what the username is on there?
No.
That's right. We haven't set up any of that stuff. So I'm just showing you, this is how we're going to connect to it. And you see how it says telnet/SSH client, right? We're gonna go for what the industry wants. Nobody wants you to set up a clear text connection to any of their stuff in the real world. So they said, dude, I know how to set up a SSH connection to your routers. Okay, so close everything in there. Just close that PC11 and we go back to the router and we're gonna set it up real quick. Okay. All right. So now you're gonna do a config T. And then you're going to type in line space VTY. Yeah, V as in Victor. VTY. It's right up there. You're going to type in that exact thing you see up there. Back it up, back it up. Line, you see right up there in the config? Right after login, back up, just backspace on there. Backspace. Backspace. Do you see what you see where where it says end, go back up, you see line VTY?
No. Oh yeah, right up there. Yeah.
Yeah, type that exactly as you see it. Type it exactly as you see it. Because that's where you're going. There's no shortcuts in this. Just type it exactly the way you see it.
VTY 0.
And then you hit enter. And the thing is I'm trying to show you, man, is that like the cool thing about this is that it's right there what you need to know. You see what I'm saying? You know, this is easy. It's so easy. That's why sometimes people find it hard. Okay. All right. It's for real. For real. Okay. So the next thing you're gonna do is type in 2 words: login local. So login, LOGIN, space LOCAL. And don't be ashamed, man. I'm the worst speller in the world. Hit enter. Right. Okay. Now it gets even better. Now you're going to type in transport, TRANS, and you can try the tab if you want to. You can try the tab if you want. PORT space input space SSH. So you're telling it that you want to use SSH. So hit enter. All right. And then we're going to exit to go and set up some other parameters. So just type exit. All right. And then you're going to type in a username. So type in the word username. Username space. And what's the username you want to give it? Okay, space, and we're going to type the word privileges. So privilege. So let's type PRIV and let's hit tab. PRIV. Tab it. Okay, and then we're going to type 15 space, and you're going to choose a simple password. Okay, most people just type in CISCO123, or you can just something like that. Simple password. You can make it Cisco123, or you can just type it. You can just make it admin. It don't matter. All right. If you want to use Cisco for the glory of it all because you're in a Cisco, that's okay. But just remember that's what you chose to do. And listen, man. You can just the password can just be Cisco. It don't have to be 123. Okay. Cisco. Okay. Cool. And then hit enter. Okay. Didn't like that. Okay. Hit up arrow. Put the 123 on there and see. Oh! You know what it is? It's not that. It's not that. My bad. Right there. Back that up. Before the actual password itself, type the word secret. No. Yeah, type the word secret. Yeah, and now you can just hit, if you want this to be Cisco, you're right, that's it. So that was the missing parameter, right? And you see how the little caret pointed to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that you have the username, you have a username you defined and the password you defined, right? Now it's gonna want you to create a domain. It's gonna want you to create a domain name, and I'll tell you why. It wants you to do that because whatever that domain name that you make up now, and I'm going to tell you how to do that, it's going to be random. It's like a seed to make sure that whatever random keys it generates is unique in the whole universe. Okay, so you're going to type in IP space DOM, tab it because that's domain. Just tab it. Wait. Okay, it did. Okay, DOMA. Yeah. Let's see if it's going to take it now.
DOMA.
Yeah, hit tab and see if it takes it. Oh no, you got to type the whole thing. Okay, so it's domain dash name. Dash, dash, yeah, and then NA. I just want to see how much it did. And see, tab it now, see if it takes that. Come on. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay. We know it's going to, okay. And now you're going to make up a domain name. And you can call it local. So you can call it like, you can call it anything. It just has to be like a something dot something, okay? So you can type it out, make up something like trade dot now, for instance. That'll be your domain name. Go ahead and type that in. Trade dot now. Okay, and hit enter. That's a domain name. Okay, now comes the cool part, man, where you don't realize. Man, I said when I found this out, I said, dang boy, this is something else. Okay, type in. You're gonna generate what they call a crypto key. So it's gonna be crypto, CRYPTO, yeah, space key, and then generate. Yeah, generate, GENRATE, space, RSA, and that's the kind of a key it's going to generate, and then hit enter. It's going to come up with some dialogue. Okay, didn't like to generate. Let's see if you spelled it right. It's a G, oh, you forgot the E. That's up arrow. Let's see, generate is GEN, and then GENERAT. That's why we do the tab. Okay, hit enter. Yeah. Okay, and let's see here. Hold up. This is the part where we say it says choose. Okay, choose the size. I'm gonna say this is the tricky part. It has to be bigger than the one it wants right there. Make it 760. This is the only part that is kind of, yeah,
760.
760. Yeah, hit enter. All right, and it generated the key, right? And at this point, you want to type in. Now you want to tell it what version of SSH you want it to be, and you're going to basically say IP SSH version 2. So IP space SSH space version VER, and I would just tab it, man. It's up to you, but and then 2 space 2 version 2. Hit enter. Okay, and it says right here. See, it gives you a date. RSA key needs to be okay, at least 68 bits. Let's make, okay, so okay, that's why I was guessing. You see, it told us that hit up arrow until we get back to the RSA. Yeah, generate, right. Hit it again. Oh, you hit the wrong. Hit do it without the E in there after the N. Yeah, hit it one more time. Hit it again. There you go. Hit that one. I return on that one. Yes. Type yes. You want to replace the other one. Yes. And now make it 768. All right. I was close. 768. Yeah, hit enter. Okay. See, it's happy with that one. And now you can up arrow it for the version IP SSH version 2. Keep on going. There you go. And hit it. Right, and it likes it. And notice what it says, right? It says that it enabled IP SSH version 1.99, which is kind of geeky, but that's how it's close enough to 2. So you are in SSH version 2. All right. So at this point, you're pretty much done. You can hit a Control Z and just do a right man. WR space MEN. Because, and I'll tell you, like, man, let me tell you why I usually encourage that. Because usually in the real world, you're under a little bit of pressure. The less you have to type, the better you are. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you don't want to make your life a stress fest, man. Okay, so now you got a username that you created. It's something that you know, what was Zion or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, close that dialog and let's go to any of your close that dialog, and just remember that on this, on that side is the one, the gateway is what you're going to. So go into one of your PCs, any of them, right? And scroll down to the padlock one. Yeah, telnet SSH client, right? IP address is going to be the gateway, which is that 192.168.0.1. Okay, and the username is the one that you just created, whatever that was, Z something. Type that username in. Okay, and it's going to prompt you for something. So go ahead and click on connect. And the password, Cisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, look at that. Now that's the real world, okay? That's how it's in real. Okay, type show run. Okay, see what I'm saying? Okay, and like I said before, you see that thing IPsec? And I was telling you this. The IPsec stands for Cisco Express Forwarding. That's the thing by default that makes this thing a router. Okay, that's what makes it understand IP routing. And the next time we get together, I'm gonna go into some of that. But I think, and you can just hit the space bar to look at the whole configuration. You see? And notice there, right there, username, Zion, privilege mode, blah, blah, blah. Notice that your password is now encrypted, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? It's if you forgot what your password is, you ought to look, because it's encrypted. No one will know what that was unless you have it somewhere. You document it, and that's something we'll talk about another time too. So just hit space.
Type it into the password.
No, sir. But what it does, this is about cryptography, man. Once you do that command, the device itself makes it anonymous. Okay. The only way you know it is because in the real world, you document your commands, you document your stuff. Okay. You document your stuff because when you do certain commands that have to do with encryption, the result is that it's gonna be encrypted. All right. Because if someone says, "Oh man, later for you, I'm going to get in there," because this is all about a company trying to maintain valuable stuff. So right. if something isn't a secret, that's just the essence of cryptography, man. Anything that has to do with encryption, you're going to in your configuration, it's going to be encrypted.
Right.
Yeah. And that's it, and that's how you know you did it right. Okay. So now you're basically, and you see how it says IP SSH version 2 and the domain is tray.now, which kind of like it said, man, why do I have to put an IP domain name in there again? Because it's unique, right? But you're able to see all of your configuration, and like you're technically somewhere else, right? You know what I mean? You're somewhere else, and you've gotten into it over the network, and that's how I work. I work that way. I just use a SSH client, and I get to all the devices that I need to in the command line. And of course, there's stuff that has graphical interfaces, web pages that you go into and you do stuff, and I'll show you that too eventually. But this is stuff, man. This is what you need to know. This makes you a real network engineer, and the fact that that's there. I want to show you something on your own PC now that you've seen that. Just close that, X that, and it's right there in your tray at the bottom. You see where the your shortcuts where you have the Outlook and you have Packet Tracer. Right over to the corner where Teams is, you see that little icon right there. terminal, click on that. Okay. And wait for it to come up. All right. All right. Type in ipconfig there. That's one word. One word. Remember, ipconfig is one word. And hit enter. You see that? It's just showing you your own environment. Now I'll tell you something about what you're looking at. And you say, wait, what the hell's all this stuff, man? Okay, IPv6. IPv6 is enough to make your head spin, because it was made because we were quote unquote running out of IP addresses, but we fixed that whole problem. But IPv6 still got spawned out there, and now all devices have IPv6 in them, and they assign those IPv6 addresses, and they're like, this is a temporary and local, there's a whole big, there was a whole big plan around it. It was going to be like the glorious thing, everybody's going to be happy, and they're going to be singing and dancing around trees and stuff. Man, nobody uses it. I'll just be straight up with you. Nobody uses that stuff, okay? IPv6, it works, and you know who uses that? The T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, all of those guys use it on their routers and their networks, because nobody wants to deal with something like that, okay? You understand what I'm saying? But if you eventually you may deal with that if you are working with a carrier. But if you're a network engineer working for some company like me, I guarantee you they don't want that on their system. They just don't, because the level of complexity, they don't need that, okay? All right? But I'll give you enough, if you will, blogs on that you understand how it works in general. But to me, it's better automation, but you can indeed, there are tools to let you manage stuff like that. Trust me. You don't have to be some alien from another planet, right? But the bottom line I'm showing you here is that what you're doing in the packet tracer, basically I'm just showing you your actual desktop, right? It's the same commands. It's limited, but for the most part, it's the same commands. You do pings. You can even do a trace route from there, and you can close this one now. And let's see if we can do a trace route from there, from your lab. Yeah. So choose your PC. 6. Let's do 6. Okay. Let's do 6. And go into scroll back to the top and go into run. I'm going to see how true to life this is. Type in trace RT, one word, trace, TRACE-RT, space, and then 192.168 dot say 4. Okay, and hit enter. Let's see if that works. I'm just curious. It does. Okay. And that is something, just remember that when you watch the recap video. Okay. Trace RT is how you do a trace route from your desktop. If you wanted to, you could have typed in your desktop, in your terminal, you could type a tracertcnn.com, and you'll see a whole bunch of hops that it takes to get there. Now, what this trace route returned you is that it says I'm trying to find what IPs it goes through. It went through the local gateway, which is the 10.0.0.1, and then the next thing from there it found the target. So it's only 2 hops away. Okay, and I'm just showing you that so that our next lesson we'll add a router in between and see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Right. And we'll start to get into routing. This is which is this stuff. And we'll also talk about IP addressing, all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because that's where I can show you some stuff that's interesting and terminologies and stuff like that, all right? So I'm going to stop the recording here at this point. And basically what we did today was basically we did some troubleshooting, right? And then we did some troubleshooting to see how this network, would finally work, and you did some good stuff. And then I showed you how to securely connect to your routers, remotely, right?
Yeah.
And we'll leave that configuration on there, and we can also play around with other environments and see how we can set it up in other routers too, all right?
Okay.
So let me stop this here recording.